Hello, everyone. Welcome back to English in Minutes. I'm Natasha, and today I'm going to talk about one of the most important and most asked questions: how to become fluent in English. Whether you're just beginning your journey or you've been learning English for years but still struggle with fluency, this video is going to uncover the real secrets behind speaking English naturally and confidently. We won't just talk about theory. We'll go through daily life situations, practice exercises, and powerful habits you can start using right away. So, if you've ever felt stuck or wondered why you can understand English but can't speak fluently, stay with me until the end. Let's unlock the truth behind English fluency. Together. Fluency in English doesn't come overnight, and it doesn't only depend on how many words you know or how perfectly you understand grammar. Fluency is about flow. It's about being able to speak smoothly, confidently, and clearly, without stopping to translate in your mind. Most learners make the mistake of focusing only on memorizing vocabulary or watching English movies without actually speaking, but fluency comes from doing, not just knowing. The more you use English in your everyday life, the more natural it will feel. Think of English like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. One of the biggest secrets to fluency is making English part of your thinking. When you wake up in the morning, start thinking in English. Instead of saying to yourself, "I have to brush my teeth" in your native language, say it in English. For example, "I'm going to brush my teeth now." As you get dressed, think, "What should I wear today?" When you do small tasks like eating breakfast, walking to the bus stop, or cleaning your room, talk to yourself in English. Even simple phrases like, "Ike, it's sunny today," or "I feel tired," help build fluency. Let's practice that together. Imagine you are getting ready in the morning. Say to yourself, "I woke up at 7 o'clock. Then continue with, "I'm brushing my teeth. Now I'm making tea. I'm checking my phone. I'm getting dressed for work. I have a meeting today. And I hope it goes well." Practicing like this every day helps your brain get used to forming English sentences quickly and naturally. Another important key is to stop being afraid of mistakes. A lot of learners stay silent because they are afraid of saying something wrong. But fluency isn't about perfection. Native speakers make mistakes too. What matters is your ability to keep the conversation going. When you don't know a word, describe it. If you forget a grammar rule, keep speaking. The more you practice speaking, even with errors, the faster your fluency improves. Here's a simple exercise. Pick a topic you know well. Maybe it's your favorite food, your daily routine, or your job. Now, talk about it in English for 1 minute without stopping. Don't worry about grammar, just focus on speaking. Say something like, "I really like cooking. Every evening I prepare dinner for my family. I usually cook rice, vegetables, and sometimes chicken. I enjoy trying new recipes. Last week I made pasta with cream sauce. My kids loved it." Practicing 1-minute monologues like this every day builds both confidence and fluency. Listening and shadowing are also excellent ways to build fluency. Shadowing means listening to someone speak English and repeating exactly what they say as closely and quickly as you can. This helps you copy natural rhythm, pronunciation, and tone. You can try shadowing a podcast, a video, or then this one. Start with short sentences. For example, when I say, I need to buy groceries, you repeat after me, I need to buy groceries. Then try longer sentences. For example, yesterday, I went to the supermarket to buy fruits and vegetables, but I forgot to buy milk. Try repeating that now. Shadowing every day for even 5 minutes can do wonders for your fluency. Think of how children learn to speak. They listen, they copy, and they speak without fear. Fluency is not about knowing everything. It's about communication. A child can express their needs, emotions, and stories with a limited vocabulary. The same is true for adults learning a second language. You don't need fancy words to speak well. You just need to use simple, correct, and clear sentences that help the listener understand you. Let's do a quick role-play practice together. Imagine you're at a cafe ordering coffee. You can say, "Hi, I'd like a medium coffee with milk, please." The cashier might ask, "Would you like sugar with that?" You can say, "Yes, 1 spoon of sugar, please." Or maybe, "No sugar, thank you." Then they ask, "For here or to go?" You can reply, "To go, please." Practice this kind of conversation aloud, again and again, until it becomes automatic. Repetition is another top secret of fluency. Repeating the same phrases, expressions, and sentence structures helps your brain store them. Use common phrases every day until they become part of you. Sentences like, "Can I help you?" "What do you think?" "That sounds great." "I'm not sure about that." Or, "Let's try something new," are all phrases used in daily conversation. Practice these repeatedly by creating your own examples. Here's an exercise. Take the phrase, "I'm not sure." Now build sentences around it. I'm not sure where he lives. I'm not sure if I'll go tomorrow. I'm not sure how this works. Next, try the phrase, "That sounds great." For example, dinner at 7. That's so. Yoon's great. Watching a movie this weekend. That sounds great. Keep going with different situations. This will improve your ability to use phrases naturally. Reading out loud is also a great fluency builder. Choose a short paragraph from a book or article and read it aloud every day. Try to read it smoothly, with feeling and rhythm. Focus on the flow, not just the words. You can even record yourself and listen to how you sound. Then read the same paragraph again and again until you can read it without pausing. This builds confidence and muscle memory in your speaking ability. Now let's try a real-life speaking routine. Imagine your friend calls and asks how your day was. Try to respond like this. "Hi, my day was good. I had a busy morning. I went to work early and finished a report. Then I had lunch with my coworker. We talked about our weekend plans. After that, I joined 2 meetings. Now I'm just relaxing and watching a show." You don't need complicated grammar to talk about your day. Use simple past tense and link your ideas naturally. Practicing this kind of storytelling daily can transform your fluency over time. Another important factor in becoming fluent in English is consistency. You don't need to study English for 3 hours a day, but what you do need is to use English every single day, even if it's only for 10 or 15 minutes. Small steps taken daily are more powerful than large efforts done once in a while. Think of your English speaking as a plant. If you water it daily, it will grow slowly and steadily. But if you forget to water it for many days, it will begin to fade. Fluency works the same way. You need daily contact with the language, listening, speaking, reading, and thinking. To help you stay consistent, you can create a small routine. For example, you might begin your day by thinking in English for 5 minutes while getting ready. Then during lunch, you could listen to a short podcast or video. In the evening, you could speak for 5 minutes about your day, either aloud or in your mind. Before sleeping, review a few useful sentences or practice shadowing. This kind of routine keeps your brain active in English throughout the day, which helps you think faster and speak more naturally. Let's practice a mini routine now. Think about your current location, look around, and try to describe it in English. You might say, I'm sitting in my room, there's a desk in front of me, I have a cup of tea on the table, my phone is charging, it's quiet here, I can hear the sound of the fan. Now describe how you're feeling. For example, I feel calm, I'm a little tired, but I'm excited to learn. I hope I can improve my English soon. These small exercises help you build the habit of describing your thoughts and surroundings in English. The next secret to fluency is to learn with emotion and interest. Don't just memorize dry grammar rules. Connect with content that excites you. Watch shows or read articles about topics you love: sports, cooking, travel, psychology, technology, anything that keeps you engaged. When you enjoy the content, your brain absorbs more, and learning feels natural, not forced. Emotional connection to the language makes it stick. For example, if you enjoy traveling, watch English travel vlogs, listen to how native speakers describe places, food, and experiences. Then try doing the same. Pretend you are in a new city and say, Today, I visited the old market. It was full of colorful shops. I bought a handmade scarf. The food was delicious. I tried spicy noodles and sweet mango juice. The people were very friendly, and I loved the atmosphere. You're practicing speaking while using interesting and emotional language. Don't forget the importance of using chunks and collocations. Fluent speakers don't build every sentence word by word. They use ready-made word combinations. These are phrases like take a break, make a decision, catch a cold, have a good time, and give me a hand. Using these word chunks improves fluency because your brain processes them faster. Let's practice some collocations together. Repeat these out loud. I need to take a break. Can you make a decision soon? She caught a cold last week. We had a good time at the party. Could you give me a hand with this? Now, try changing them slightly. Say, I took a short break after lunch. He made a decision to leave early. My friend caught a cold and stayed home. They had a good time watching the movie. I gave him a hand with his homework. The more you use these phrases, the more fluent you become. Fluency also means knowing how to respond quickly in everyday conversations. For example, when someone asks, How's it going? You might say, Not bad. How about you? Or when someone says, I'm really tired today, you could respond, Yeah, it's been a long day. Practice short, natural replies to common situations. These help you feel confident during real conversations. Let's do a quick dialogue practice. Imagine someone says to you, "Hey, how are you doing?" You can reply, "I'm good, thanks. What about you?" Now they say, "I'm so busy with work." You respond, "I know what you mean. This week has been crazy." They say, "I can't wait for the weekend." You say, "Same here. I'm planning to just relax." This is how fluent conversation flows, naturally, simply, and with connection. Practice role-playing dialogues like this in your mind every day. Another helpful trick is to record yourself speaking. Choose a topic and talk about it for 1 or 2 minutes. Then listen to your recording. Don't judge yourself harshly. Just notice where you pause, what words you repeat, and how your pronunciation sounds. Then try again. Over time, I'll hear the improvement in your voice, tone, and fluency. Recording is like a mirror. It shows you what's working and what needs more practice. Let's try a recording challenge now. The topic is my weekend. You could say something like, "Last weekend, I stayed home and relaxed. On Saturday, I cleaned the house, did laundry, and watched a movie. On Sunday, I went out with my family for lunch. We had burgers and fries. Then we went shopping. It was a nice and peaceful weekend." After speaking, listen to your voice and repeat the process until it becomes smoother. It's also useful to build your own sentence bank. Every time you hear or read a useful sentence in English, write it down. Then, once a week, review your sentence bank and try to use those sentences in speaking. This method helps you move from passive knowledge to active fluency. For example, if you read the sentence, "I'm not really into that," you can save it and later use it in a sentence like, "I'm not really into horror movies," or "I'm not really into sports." Creating your personal sentence collection builds strong speaking skills. When you're learning English, one challenge is translating from your native language. This habit slows down your speaking and breaks the flow. To improve fluency, you need to start thinking in English directly. How do you do this? Start with simple words and short sentences. Train your brain by labeling objects in your room in English. Say to yourself, "This is a chair. That's a window. I'm using a laptop." Later, move on to thoughts. Say, "I'm feeling sleepy," or "I'm waiting for dinner." Over time, your thoughts will start coming in English naturally. Let's try a mental thinking exercise. Look at something near you and describe it in English in your mind. For example, if you see your bag, think, "This is my black backpack. I take it with me every day. It has my books and water bottle." Now pick another item, like your phone. Think, "My phone is on silent. I use it to watch videos and check messages." These quiet mental exercises build your inner fluency. The more you think in English, the faster your speaking improves. When it comes to fluency, speaking regularly with others is one of the best methods. If you have someone to practice with, even for 5 minutes a day, your confidence and speaking ability will grow. But if you don't have a partner, you can still speak aloud with yourself. You can describe your day, explain a topic you learned, or create imaginary conversations. The point is to speak. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Start talking, even if it's just to yourself. Listening is one of the most underestimated tools for developing fluency. When you listen actively to English, your brain absorbs the natural patterns, sentence structures, rhythm, and pronunciation, but passive listening alone is not enough. To boost your fluency, try active listening. That means, when you listen to someone speak English, pause after a sentence, repeat what they said, and then try to say something similar in your own words. This technique helps you learn how real conversations work and gives you a chance to use what you hear. Let's do an example together. You hear the sentence, "I didn't have time to cook last night, so I ordered takeout." First, repeat the exact sentence out loud. Then create your own version, like, "I didn't have time to study, so I watched a short video instead." Or, "I didn't feel like going out, so I stayed home and relaxed." This practice makes your brain more flexible and helps you generate sentences without hesitation. Paying attention to the rhythm and intonation of spoken English is also a big part of fluency. English is a stress-timed language, meaning some words are said more strongly, while others are weaker and faster. For example, in the sentence, "I'm going to the store," the stress falls on going, and store. The other words are softer. Try saying it. "I'm going to the store." Now try it again, but say it in a natural, relaxed voice. Practicing sentence rhythm helps you sound more fluent and less robotic. Now, let's try another rhythm example. "What are you doing tomorrow?" This is usually spoken as, "What are you doing tomorrow?" It sounds faster and smoother. This kind of connected speech is very common in real conversations. Say it slowly first. "What are you doing tomorrow?" Then say it the way native speakers say it. "What are you doing tomorrow?" Keep practicing until it feels natural. Understanding connected speech will make both your listening and speaking more fluent. Let's go back to a real-life scenario. Imagine you're planning your weekend with a friend. You can say, "I was thinking of going to the beach." Your friend says, "That sounds great. Do you want to go Saturday or Sunday?" You say, "Saturday works for me. We can leave in the morning." Your friend says, "Perfect. I'll bring snacks." You respond, "Awesome. I'll take care of the drinks." This simple conversation includes real expressions used in daily life. Practice speaking out each line, and then switch the roles. Repeat it multiple times until it flows smoothly. Another core secret of fluency is vocabulary flexibility. Many learners feel stuck because they try to remember too many difficult words. But fluent speakers often use common vocabulary in flexible ways. For example, instead of trying to remember the word exhausted, you can just say, "I'm very tired." Instead of delicious, you can say, "It tastes really good." Fluency is about expressing ideas clearly, not using fancy words. Focus on learning how to say the same thing in different ways, using simple vocabulary. Let's practice flexible vocabulary now. Take the idea. "I like it." Try saying it in different ways. "I really enjoy it." "It's my favorite." "I love it." "I think it's great." Now try with, "I don't like it." Say, "It's not for me." "I'm not a fan of it." "I didn't enjoy it." "It wasn't that good." This exercise teaches you how to say the same idea in multiple ways, which is very important in real conversations. The fear of speaking is often the biggest block to fluency, but confidence grows with action. Every time you speak English, even to yourself, you are becoming braver and stronger. You may not notice progress every day, but after weeks of daily practice, you will find that you speak more smoothly, you hesitate less, and your sentences come more naturally. That is fluency. It's not about being perfect. It's about being comfortable expressing yourself in English. Let's do a confidence-building exercise. Imagine you're introducing yourself at a small meeting. Say aloud, "Hi, my name is Sarah. I work in marketing. I've been learning English for 2 years. I enjoy watching movies and reading books in English. I'm excited to improve my speaking skills and connect with others." Now say it again, with more confidence in your voice. Don't worry about accent or grammar. Just speak clearly and proudly. Repeating this introduction regularly will prepare you for real situations. Another great tool for fluency is storytelling. When you tell a story, you practice using past tense, transitions, and emotions all at once. And stories help you remember language better because they're meaningful. You don't need to tell long or dramatic stories. Just tell what happened in your day, something funny, or a childhood memory. Let's try telling a short story together. Think of something simple, like losing your keys. Last Friday, I came home from work and couldn't find my keys. I checked my bag, my pockets, and even the kitchen. I started to panic. Then I remembered I left them in my jacket at the office. I called my coworker, and luckily she found them for me. I picked them up the next morning. It was stressful, but also a little funny. Try saying that story yourself, then replace it with your own version of a small event in your life. Fluency also improves when you ask and answer questions. Practicing both sides of a question helps you understand how conversations work. For example, take the question, "What did you do yesterday?" You can answer, "I went to work and then met a friend for dinner." Now switch roles. You ask the question, "What did you do yesterday?" And imagine someone else answering. This builds both listening and responding skills. Try practicing with other common questions. "What are your hobbies?" You answer, "I like reading, playing music, and going for walks." Then you ask, "What about you?" Another one, "Have you ever traveled abroad?" You reply, "Yes, I went to Thailand last year." Then ask, "How about you?" Practicing question-answer patterns like this helps you prepare for real conversations. Don't forget, when building fluency, small wins matter. Celebrate your progress. If you were able to speak for 1 full minute today, that's a win. If you remembered a new phrase and used it naturally, that's a win. If you understood a podcast without subtitles, that's another win. Language learning is a journey made of small steps, and each one brings you closer to fluency. To summarize this part of our fluency journey through action, let's do a quick 3-minute speaking routine. First minute, describe your current day. Say, "I woke up early today. I made breakfast, just eggs and toast. Then I went for a short walk. The weather was nice and cool. I checked my emails and started working on a project." Second minute, describe a recent activity. Say, "Yesterday, I watched a movie called The Intern. It was funny and inspiring. I liked The characters and the story. After the movie, I talked about it with my friend. We both agreed it had a great message. Third minute. Talk about your plans. Say, tomorrow, I plan to do some shopping. I need to buy groceries and maybe some clothes. In the evening, I'll probably relax and read a book. If I have time, I'll also watch a few English videos for practice. Repeating this type of short fluency session every day makes a big difference over time. As we reach the final part of today's fluency journey, let's talk about long-term mindset. One of the most powerful attitudes you can have as a language learner is patience. Fluency takes time. It's not a race, it's a transformation. You're not just learning to say English words, you're training your brain to operate in a new language. That process requires patience, consistency, and self-kindness. Some days, you'll speak fluently and feel proud. Other days, you may forget simple words and feel frustrated. Both are normal. The key is not to give up. Fluency comes to those who show up every day and keep speaking, even when it's hard. To help you stay motivated, it's important to track your progress. Keep a fluency journal every day. Write one sentence about how you feel or what you did. Then, speak that sentence aloud. Over time, you'll be able to write more, speak more, and express deeper thoughts. For example, on day 1, you might write, I made tea this morning and listened to music. On day 30, you might write, this morning, I made a strong cup of tea and listened to an old jazz playlist while checking my emails. It was a relaxing start to the day. This kind of progress feels invisible in the moment, but becomes powerful with time. Now, let's practice some advanced shadowing with natural conversation. I'll say a few sentences, listen, repeat them aloud, and then try saying something similar on your own. I've been thinking about learning another language, but I'm not sure which one yet. Now try. I've been planning to start something new, but I need more time. Here's another. Sometimes, I find it hard to stay motivated, especially when I don't see results right away. Now try your own version. It's difficult to keep going when progress is slow, but I remind myself why I started. These practice patterns help you build fluency for real-life reflection and deeper communication. At a more advanced level of fluency, you'll want to be able to talk about your thoughts and opinions. For this, it helps to use phrases that show reflection. For example, in my opinion, I believe, I've noticed that, it seems like, or I feel that. These phrases help you express yourself in a more thoughtful way. Let's practice with a few sentences. Say, in my opinion, learning English opens a lot of doors. I've noticed that I learn faster when I speak out loud. I feel that watching English shows improves my listening skills. Practicing this type of language brings you closer to natural fluency and helps you join deeper conversations. Now imagine you're having a real discussion with someone about habits and learning. They ask, how do you stay motivated to learn English every day? You might answer, I try to make it part of my routine. I watch short videos, listen to music, and talk to myself in English. It helps me feel connected to the language. They say, that's interesting. Don't you get tired? You say, sometimes I do. But I remind myself that even 10 minutes a day can make a difference. I try not to be too hard on myself. This kind of conversation shows emotional fluency and confidence. Let's try a challenge. Speak about your future goals in English for 2 full minutes. Say something like this. In the future, I want to speak English confidently at work. I hope to travel abroad, maybe to Canada or the UK. I want to understand movies without subtitles and read English books easily. I also hope to make friends from different countries and connect with people through this language. To achieve this, I plan to practice daily, even if just for a short time. I believe I can do it if I stay focused. After saying it, try again, using different words. This helps you learn how to express the same ideas in new ways. One more powerful method to improve fluency is to teach others. When you explain something to someone else, even if it's just a basic concept, you use English in a real and useful way. Try teaching a friend how to say something, or write a post in English, explaining your favorite movie, book, or hobby. Even if no one reads it, the process will help you think in English and use the language with purpose. And if you're ever feeling discouraged, remember this. Fluency isn't about never making mistakes. It's about being able to keep speaking, even when mistakes happen. It's about being comfortable in the language. It's about communicating your ideas clearly, confidently, and naturally. The goal is not to speak perfect English. The goal is to speak real English, English that works in everyday life, in real conversations, with real people. Let's finish with one last fluency building practice. Imagine you are talking to a new friend, and they ask you about your typical day. You could say, on weekdays, I usually wake up around 7 a.m. I start my day with a cup of tea and check my phone. Then I take a quick shower and get dressed for work. My commute takes about 30 minutes. At work, I answer emails, attend meetings, and complete my tasks. During lunch, I like to go for a short walk. After work, I relax by watching videos or reading. Sometimes, I call my family or cook dinner. Before bed, I review my English notes or do a quick shadowing session. Now you try saying your version of your daily routine, changing small details. Practicing this often makes it feel natural and automatic. Another variation of this is to talk about your favorite weekend activity. You could say, on weekends, I love to spend time outdoors. Sometimes I go for a hike or walk in the park. I enjoy having coffee at a quiet cafe and reading. In the afternoon, I might meet friends or watch a movie. I use weekends to rest and recharge for the week ahead. Now you try your own version. These short speaking tasks are like mental workouts for your fluency. Now that you've reached the end of this video, take a moment to appreciate the effort you're putting into your English journey. Every word you repeat, every sentence you build, and every thought you express in English is a step closer to your goal. Keep going, keep speaking, and keep believing in yourself. English fluency is not a dream. It's a skill, and like every skill, it grows with time and practice. You're doing better than you think. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. If you found this video helpful and you want more English practice like this, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, English in Minutes. We're here to help you speak confidently, naturally, and fluently in your daily life. I'm Natasha, and I'll see you again in the next video. Until then, keep speaking English every day.